They paid the ultimate sacrifice. And with Israel's multi-front war raging on, its Druze community took a moment to honor its growing list of fallen soldiers.
We are planting a tree to commemorate Alim, our hero who gave his life for his people, his country and his community, so that terrorists don't infiltrate the border and do what they did in the south on October 7th.
My twin brother, Zahir, was in a class of his own. It's hard to summarize what a special person he was. Planting a tree in his memory is a meaningful gesture, since Zahir loved to plant trees, and particularly the olive tree, the tree of peace.
Keren Kayemet LeIsrael, the Jewish National Fund, or KKL-JNF, and the Druze community this week held a special tree planting ceremony in memory of the Druze soldiers who died during the Iron Swords War.
This is a very emotional event. Planting trees represents life, paying respect to our fallen soldiers who died fighting in the south, in the north, and the West Bank.
We're here in Achiud Forest, which symbolizes the long-standing partnership between KKL and the Druze community. This memorial recognizes the covenant of blood we have with the Druze in Israel. But more than that, we also share a brave covenant of life. And I think we need to do more to strengthen it.
The Druze are a religious minority whose population is split between several Middle Eastern countries. In Israel, they number about 150,000. While the Druze community makes up just 2% of the population of Israel, they make up 3% of all career soldiers in the IDF. And of the fallen soldiers since the start of the war, 9 are Druze, highlighting the covenant of blood between the Druze community and the State of Israel. Lieutenant Colonel Chabka was among the first commanders to enter the Gaza border communities on October 7th and push back Hamas's offensive. He died 3 weeks later while fighting inside the Gaza Strip.
שולח לכם את החיזוקים שלי, ואני מצפה מכם, עם ישראל, מצפה מכם להמשיך להיות מאוחדים, כי רק ביחד נדע לנצח, כי כוחנו באחדותנו, אין לנו ברירה אחרת.
I served in the military. My sons served, and Salman sacrificed his life for his country, because this is our country. We must pay our part. The issue of our partnership being felt not only during war is indeed something we need to talk about, not necessarily at this moment, though. But it's about time that we were brothers in life, and not only during war.
This is a very difficult and emotional day. To come here as bereaved parents to commemorate our children, who are part of our hearts. My son Bahar was full of grace and charm and loved everyone. His heart was all forgiving.
But despite their proven contribution to the state, the long-standing partnership between Israel and its Druze community is faltering. Lieutenant Colonel Alim Abdallah was the deputy commander of the 300th Bar'am Regional Brigade. He was killed in a firefight with Palestinian terrorists trying to infiltrate the border with Lebanon on the third day of the war.
It's a very hard feeling. When we're called to the flag, we're there. In Alim's incident, he had 5 nephews also operating in the area. They didn't say, no, we don't want to go. We don't want to defend the country. This is our country, and there is no other. Unfortunately, the government is all talk. To stand behind this statement means they also need to deliver in actions.
Leaders of the Druze community accuse the government of abandoning them, saying they should be seen as equals everywhere, not only on the battlefield. Such sentiments have exacerbated since the controversial 2018 nation-state law, which enshrined Israel as a Jewish state. Minorities say it effectively defines them as second-class citizens.
We are fighting on all fronts. We know how to fight. We also know how to fight for our right. Matters of building, planning, fines, legal procedures, and connecting homes to electricity. Just imagine a soldier or officer who returns from the war and his home doesn't have electricity.
Just prior to the ceremony, the IDF announced it had begun repairing central Gaza's main power line in an effort to avoid a health crisis. And for Sheikh Tarif, it serves as further proof to the country's abandonment, as he says, of the Druze community.
If we can connect Gaza to power, can't we connect the homes of Druze soldiers and officers who fight on all of Israel's fronts? This is unfortunate, disgraceful, and shameful.
And so, with the toll of fallen soldiers constantly rising, the Druze community will continue to live up to its end of the covenant of blood with the State of Israel.
We planted the olive tree, which is a tree of peace, to plant new life, to unite us. This symbolizes unity, brotherhood, and partnership in life, not for decades forwards, but for centuries, that we may live together. Here in the State of Israel.